Sup poors? Today we are in a $400,000 Lamborghini Urus SE to do a daily driving video. Jake was busy, he couldn't make it. We're gonna talk about all the things an Urus driver would experience on the daily, which is something you'll never experience, which I only experience because I'm a car reviewer. Let's get into it. Hey, what the heck? Is this electric? No, it's hybrid. If I click this button, we can hear the twin turbo V8 with the hybrid system. Nice big backfires. Let's put it back into electric. Get to the horsepower and torque. We got 789 horsepower, 701 pound-feet of torque from a twin-turbo V8 plug-in hybrid with a 25.9 kilowatt-hour battery. This hybrid is sandwiched between the engine and the transmission. You got your 8-speed auto, so it still shifts perfectly. What I really wanted to know before I got to my daily driving stuff of this Lamborghini Urus SE, is it weird? Are they gonna hybrid it and screw it up? Are they gonna make it just a worse Urus? Because that happens with some car companies. They screw up the brake pedal, they screw up the accelerator, they screw up the modes, they screw up how everything works. You know what they screwed up on this one? Nothing. Absolutely nothing, to my surprise. First I thought, I'm like, all right, hybrid, it's not gonna sound good. Well, we can just put it into Corsa and backfires under tunnels, it's absolutely amazing. Downshifts are crisp, fast. We got shift lights, good gauge cluster. This kind of sounds better in my head than the Performante Urus that we drove last year. How did that happen? I did not expect that. Next up, brake pedals. All car companies that go hybrid screw up the brake pedals. You know, there's a weird transition where you hit the brakes and it's like, Look, I'm hitting the brakes, coming to a full stop. Nothing. Totally normal. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? Not me. But we did drive that Revuelto, which was absolutely amazing and incredibly fast, like super fast. So I guess Lamborghini kind of knows what they're doing. And there's no one pedal driving. When you let off the gas, it doesn't brake or anything. It is just 100% normal car, which is super nice and convenient. So then I guess this probably has launch control. Are you gonna launch it on your daily drive? No, but you will launch it once. You should launch it once. You should launch it once. Launch it once. It's like 0 to 60 in 3 seconds or something. Unreal. And then you know what? Daily driving. I just did a rip. That wasn't me. I'm an electric. This is an electric Lamborghini. That was somebody else. Do you hear an engine? That'll probably happen on your daily drive. You'll see a tunnel, you'll probably be like, I'm in electric mode, I should probably do a rip. Let me just hit my sport response button on the steering wheel like a Porsche. Boom. And then downshift in the tunnel. Backfires, nice predictable backfires, but they're not like super repetitive. It's perfect, absolutely perfect. But we're in a hybrid vehicle. We want to just drive full electric to work and back. We want to leave the house electric. When you start the car, this is the daily driving part, starting now. You get in your car, touch the door handle, it opens up, it's keyless entry. Absolutely perfect. You take your little Lamborghini key that looks super high quality and amazing, put it in this key slot right here. Awesome. Or you don't. You just keep it in your pocket. You can open the front door or the back door with just touch. You can click to lock it. It does a nice electronic beep. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You get in and you're like, I don't want to wake anyone up, even though you probably don't leave early for work because you're already rich and you can do whatever you want whenever you want. This starts up in EV mode. So when you're getting it out of your garage, which you probably should store it in a garage, which I stored it in a garage, I had to clean out my full garage because I did not want to get, I'm not living in the craziest neighborhood. I got to make sure, these cars are safe. Put it in my messy garage next to my Prowler trailer that's covered in recycling boxes and stuff like that. And then I managed to back it in nice and quietly at night. Didn't wake my baby who's sleeping in the room right up next to it. In the morning, I got it out nice and quietly. Thank you, EV mode. Time to get into normal mode. Let me click my Ego, which is my custom, which I've set everything to Strata. And as you can see, I'm still in electric. What the heck? That's because we have electric modes too. We can go hybrid, recharge the battery, or have our battery power go to full performance. So I'm going to click on charge the battery. I didn't plug it in overnight because I don't have a charger in my garage. Now when I drive, just in regular Strata mode. Nice and quiet, nice and chill, using gas, not really hybrid, but a little bit hybrid. If I want to go full hybrid mode, I can just click this hybrid button and then I get great fuel economy. While I was driving hybrid on the highway, I was getting like 11 liters per 100 kilometers. When I was driving recharging on the highway, I was getting like 13 liters per 100 kilometers. And then here's what I was getting when I was just driving full electric on the highway, which you can drive up to, I think, like 130 kilometers an hour. Oh my goodness. On my daily drive, I hit a fun road. I'm going to Cliche Corner. Let's put this bad boy into Corsa with the click of one button. Unreal. It goes right back to where you left it off. That's so nice. I can click my manual, so I'm in shifting mode. I got my paddles that are mounted to the steering wheel, not the column. It's an SUV. Oh my God, these backfires through trees and everything. RIP neighbors. When I get near the house, I'm just gonna put it in electric real quick. Don't worry about it. What? Oh, that was a different car. Wasn't me. There we go. Oh my goodness. And through Cliche, like, you need a full-on Grand Prix racetrack to handle how good this car is at handling. Oof. Nah, that wasn't me. Back to electric. Nice and quiet. So handling's amazing, and it's got the active roll control when you go through there, so that's unreal. We've used that before. We love it. This has air suspension. It could go up and down depending on the drive modes and everything. We got some off-road drive modes. Everything is in Italian, of course, because that's cool about Italian cars. And it is very comfortable in the most comfortable mode. It is also pretty comfortable in Corsa. I'm gonna go to Strata. Very, very comfortable. Let's put it out of manual mode, back into drive. And we are just driving a normal car, a normal plug-in hybrid. Okay, I was just passing through Cliche Corner. The reason being, I had to go pick up parts for my other Italian car, which is a thing you do daily driving if you have an Italian car. My other Italian car, my Fiat, which is in tuning jail, we think it's the wastegate. We think that's the problem. So, for $40, found a wastegate on Marketplace. If this doesn't fix my Fiat, I'm gonna give my Fiat to that guy who sold me this wastegate for 40 bucks. So that was my road tripping part of my daily driving. On a daily drive, you go, you do your hobbies, you do your activities. All right, time to go to the thrift store, which I don't think rich people ever do. Yo, Batman Forever behind the scenes. That's what I'm talking about. This is the kind of gold I go to thrift stores for in my Lamborghini. All right, Lamborghini owners, let me know if you feel panic as well. Ooh, look at this PT Cruiser. When you see someone parked next to you. Is my door all right? Will there be a ding? I think this guy's acting as a buffer. Thanks, Tony Nelly. Very pleasant drive, amazing sound system. Apple CarPlay is wireless. Wish it was wired, but whatever. And then it's all touch screens. I think the screens are newer and faster, very easy to see. Our climates are touch buttons, but it's kind of like the Audis, so it's pretty easy to use. We got some hard buttons here as well, and our gauge cluster is very clear. And as we change our modes, say we go down to Corsa, it changes to the Lamborghini layout you know from the other Lamborghinis for pretty much racing, and that throws you into ESC Corsa, which then you can also hold your traction off button to get into your launch control. But I don't need to be in Corsa. I already had my fun through Cliche. I had my launch. Back to electric. Yeah, and it shows you right there. It shows your electric capacity on the left, your gas on the right, but I could not find where it shows you how many kilometers you have left in just electric mode. But it'll show you your combined, which I guess is good. I just want to know how many miles I have electric. I found it. It's when you start the car. Before you turn it on, it'll tell you how far you can go on electric. Nice. And I think it gives you 60 kilometers estimated range. So you can go 30 kilometers there, 30 kilometers back, and keep this car in full electric on your daily commute, which I don't think is realistic for anyone because it is an amazing sounding Lamborghini. So you're gonna wanna hear the gas engine. I think it's 4 hours to fully charge it at home, but you can also charge it while driving, but it does take a lot longer. And then let's go through fake Cliche corner in full EV mode. We're not gonna hit the kickdown pedal. Oh, even without hitting the kickdown pedal, the gas motor will activate a little bit, but now I'm back in electric and I'm going to gas. If you push the gas pedal too hard, in electric it goes back to gas. Makes sense. It all works unbelievably seamlessly, and I'm not confused by any of the drive modes, which is awesome. So our other drive modes, we also have Strada, Sport, Corsa, Sabbia, Terra, and Neve, which is snow, sand, rock, and all your sport modes, and race mode. Pretty much go from Corsa to electric to Ego, which is my button up here, which is nice because then you don't have to toggle. You could have 1, 2, 3. Rewind a little more to daily driving. I have 2 children. I got a newborn who's 4 months old. Shout out Yuri Jr. And then I got my little baby girl who's like 4 years old now. Drove my little kid to get his 4-month shots in the Lamborghini, stroller fit in the back, perfectly fine. I assume that's what rich people do. When they take their kids to the doctors, if they don't pay for the doctors to come to their house, they drive their Lambos or their G-Wagons or their GLSs or something, right? That's what I did as I pretend to be a rich person. When I took my kid to school, I put her in the front-facing child seat. The headrest does come out. That worked perfectly. She likes it. She loves that there are baby shades and that she can control both sides from her side behind me. That was great too. And she loves the orange color. Absolutely loves it. So having a kid in here, she had a great time, was fully entertained, and I make her take off her shoes in all these fancy cars. Don't you guys worry. And obviously rolling up to your kid's daycare in a Lamborghini makes you look super cool. Even though this isn't, a Lamborghini car, it's the Lamborghini SUV. It's still a Lamborghini, and everyone's impressed. The little kids think it's a race car. They don't know any better. They don't know people don't race these, but it would be cool to race them. And another important Lambo thing, if a kid says, nice Lambo, can you rev at him? Both paddles in. Neutral. Yes, we can. Let's put it back into driving. What if we're in EV mode? Both paddles in. Neutral. Nothing happens, but you can still put it in neutral in EV, which is cool. And I think the next important part of daily driving a car is liking what you're looking at when you buy it. Do you like the looks? This has been refreshed. We have a different front end, different headlights, different rear end, different taillights. We have pretty cool wheels, and I'm gonna say this, all right, with this orange paint that absorbs a lot of light, not much reflection unless it's full sun, then you do get a good amount of sparkle in there when you look up close. The way the bottom is black around the fender flares, I like these black wheels on this. I think it works. I think it makes the body of the car look nice and small, even though it's a big SUV. I don't mind these black wheels on this, and I know that's sacrilegious. I know, but I'm sorry. These black wheels are all right. And if you're looking to get some tires for your vehicle, Continental's having a promo until the end of May 2025 for the Extreme Contact Sport O2s. Visit our link below to get details for the rebate, and they are eligible for the Total Confidence Plan. I just got ECS O2s mounted on my brand new, to me, secret car that I'm going to reveal soon. Good luck guessing what it is. You'll never guess. Let's look at the front of this. Okay, the headlights are now different. They kind of go around. They look pretty cool. They remind me of a BRZ a little bit, or like an 8.6. but I did hear that they are meant to resemble the tail of the Lamborghini in the Lamborghini logo of the bull, which, you know, that makes sense to me. I'll buy that. Taillights, slightly different as well. I think they look nice, pretty subtle. The back end, they also got rid of the plate higher up and moved it lower down. So then you've got like a bigger open space of just paint. And the front, they made it almost more of like a black gap with the bumpers that kind of hook underneath. To me, this looks very Golf R at the front because of that, which is weird because it's the same brand, kind of, you know, owned by the same company. It would have been cool if it was a little different, but it does look good. At first in pictures, I'm like, I don't really like this compared to the pre-facelifted Urus. But seeing it in person, absolutely love the looks. Like, I think it looks so good, so aggressive. I'm good with it. Great job, everybody. And the back end too. Love it. We got our exhaust tips down there. They look good. Double duals. I think it's pretty much exactly the same as the pre-update. Let's listen to it from the outside. And I guess we should listen to it again from the inside. It is pumped in. It's pumped in a little bit, but it's not bad. It's not offensive. I'm okay with this amount of pumped inness. And I think we were happy with it in the Urus Performante as well. And then at the front, the Urus Performante, you'll remember we had a carbon fiber hood. If we pop the hood on this, you'll see that it is not carbon fiber. And then we can look at the engine cover and see that we do have a Lamborghini motor with the firing order as usual. And is there a dipstick? There is no dipstick. What would be the TotalEnergies recommended oil for an Urus SE? That would be the Quartz Ineo FGO 5W40. Always follow your manufacturer's recommended guidelines. And on your daily commute, you'll also have heated seats, cooled seats, and massage. And these seats are really comfortable, more comfortable than the Performante. You don't have as much of a ridge for like the bolstering and stuff to get in and out every day. You'll probably get a Tim Hortons on your daily drive. The Tim Hortons cup, a little too tight. Go to Starbucks instead, which you probably will anyways. Visors. Can you block out the sun? 3, 2, 1. You cannot. Get a pair of Versace or Prada or some very expensive sunglasses so you don't have to worry about that. This does have adaptive cruise and lane departure assist. And by the way, whoever spec'd this out with all this orange everywhere in carbon fiber, oh, that looks good. I didn't know I liked orange and carbon fiber. I know I don't like red and carbon fiber, but orange and carbon fiber, all blacked out trim and stuff, no chrome. It's pretty nice. And then I guess the very last part about daily driving. You're buying a $400,000-ish sports car, Canadian, for fun. You're gonna do spirited driving. You are going to Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. But hey, I've got an SUV. That doesn't make sense. Surprise.
Surprise.
With the new hybrid system in the drivetrain, they changed the back out from a mechanical diff to an electronically controlled diff. And when you turn traction all the way off, it'll send up to 80% of the available power to the rear. And I'm like, all right, you know, SUVs drifting, whatever. I'm not allowed to drift this. I'm not allowed to take this on a track. I didn't go to the event. I saw the press footage from the event. The drifting of this looked unreal in that parking lot through the slalom and stuff. I don't know if that's the Lamborghini drivers or just whoever's driving it, but man, this thing looks like it's fun. So if you're a rich person, you go to a track day and they let you slide, you can take this to a grassroots drifting event, maybe even. Like, they're not gonna stop you, you know, you pay your 150, 200 bucks and then bring your Urus out onto the track. Don't go into the grass, right? On the go-kart track. This would be pretty sick for that as well. All right, quick little U-turn with my rear wheel steering. And we also have a 360 camera. Nice boring stuff that we like. The last thing you gotta worry about with this car. Who's your competition? DBX 707? Ferrari Pirosangue? Haven't driven the Pirosangue. I think that's got a V12. That's probably the most amazing thing ever. DBX is pretty sick, but I think this is cooler. Sounds better. Having the option to go electric is pretty sweet. Except the DBX was a pace car, so that's, or safety car, so that's kind of cool. I have found that in real life, I don't run into Pirosangues, I don't run into DBXs, I run into SRT Trackhawks on the highway, and you know who tries to give me a grant, grant, grant? Those guys. And you know what sounds similar? Those guys. So if you get one of these, those are the guys you got to look out for. And then you can hit them with that button, give them a downshift, and give them a taste of their own medicine. So daily driving this, yeah, it's comfortable, fits your kids, it's super fast, but if you just want to get the newest Lamborghini because you're rich and you don't care, you can drive an electric mode, a hybrid mode. It's super comfortable, super nice, good on gas, even though that doesn't matter for rich people. With everything out of the way, let's get to the price. The Lamborghini Urus SE starts at $305,015 Canadian. And this one, I don't have the final price at this moment, but I believe it's going to be optioned out to $400,000 something, because the Performante we drove was like $410,000 Canadian. Is this worth it for $500,000 for a amazing Lamborghini SUV? Rich people have a different gauge of worth it and how much things cost. I could buy, let's see, like 13 of my new surprise car that I just put the ECS O2s on for the price of one of these. I could start a dealership of that cool car for the price of one of these. Let's check tsp.truecar.com to see what other 10 cars we could buy for $400,000 Canadian. So we need like 10 different, like $28,000 US cars. Lots of good options. Would you take those, or would you take one Urus if you were a normal person? But if you can afford one of these and you got one, you're gonna enjoy it. Have fun, rich people. I'm slightly jealous, but you know, I'm good with my 2004 rich. Got a whole bunch of weird 2000s cars that I'm extremely happy with. Let me know in the comments below if you have an Urus. Jacob will be back soon. Thanks, guys.